Yeah, I feel like I'm almost the antithesis to like a painter in terms of I do not think visually at all. I see no images in front of me, but I was like, I know my acting will kind of get me across the line. And I feel like I trusted that instinct and I did get in, but I feel like maybe I wish I'd held back. My motto has been good things take time, so letting things take as long as they need to. But that has been a real test of patience.
Songwriting for?
Songwriting, I feel like I've been poem writing in the form of songs my whole life, but actually being able to then add music to those poems is something that I've only really been able to do for 2 years. I reckon I wrote my first like proper structured thing. It's so funny. I tore a ligament in my knee when I was like 14 or 15 or something, and then from that, 1,000 sad poems bloomed. I was like at home being like, no one knows how hard it is to be a kid. And that's kind of where I first sort of was like, oh, I'd love to put these to music, but I had no capacity to do that. So I sort of just tabled them and then kept writing and just stocking up this pile of written things. And then, you know, only 2 years ago I was like, oh, fuck, I really want to do this. So I started taking piano lessons and doing all of that. And so have now been able to go back and add music to the things that I've been writing for years.
That's such an interesting journey that I don't think a lot of people have, because normally they go straight from I'm writing lyrics to like, Mum, I want a guitar.
I know. Oh, I play clarinet. So
Okay.
I could play single notes, hence why I could like sing and make melodies and stuff. But yeah, I don't know why I never like connected the dots of being like, now let's learn an instrument to supply that. I don't know, maybe because my brother played guitar, it was just like there was already a guitarist in the family. So I was like, he'll have his thing and mine will be singing and writing. Because you know how you said, what's a song you've been listening to a lot?
Yeah.
And it was Last of the Secret Agents by Nancy Sinatra. Yeah. And in it, she's talking about how bad this guy is at being a secret agent. I love that song so much. And so I just was like, Googled what funny job titles to be like, what are other jobs that someone could be shit at that would be really funny? So, and the Google list was awful, except one phrase I loved. Master of Disaster.
Oh.
I was like, and then I was thinking about like, Master of Disaster and like, who is the master, the Master of Disaster? Like, there comes a time in everyone's life when they meet the one person, I don't know. Who would be the master of disaster, and then it could go into something poppy and kind of
Okay. At that time, like when you first started writing, who were your musical idols? Who were the people in your headphones all the time?
Good question. Jeff Buckley was my like number one. I love You Should Have Come Over. I feel like I've listened to and just like felt deeply my whole life. Every time I hear that song, I'm like, fuck, this is good.
Yeah.
And then I love Nancy Sinatra. She obviously wasn't writing her own songs, but I just love all of her music. I love anything 60s, 70s disco vibes. I love, and then classic, a bit of like teen angst pop, like Evanescence-y, that sort of stuff as well.
Yeah, sick. And so, like, you're 15-year-old, you started writing these poems. Are they reminiscent of kind of like a Jeff Buckley or like a... You kind of just... Because they don't sound it, right? Because they weren't really songs, hey?
No, but I would write them in like verse, chorus form. So they would like rhyme and it would be structured like verse, pre-chorus, chorus, but then with no... So I could hear them in my head but couldn't then communicate that into like a musical language. So I was like, I know what it is, but yeah, it definitely didn't sound like Jeff Buckley. I feel like I sound like none of my musical idols. Okay. I'm like, well, Lily Allen is who I often get told I sound like, and I love her music. So I feel like maybe that I like the emotion in people like Jeff Buckley's music, but I love the like comedy and theatricality of people like Lily Allen.
Yeah. When you were writing those poems, did it feel like 14-year-old therapy for BEL?
100%. I don't think I've ever been... I've always been imaginative, but I have never been anything but autobiographical. Like, everything I write, anyone who knows me will be like, yep, that's who that's about. That's where that was. Like, I feel like my writing is because I have something that I need to get out in my life or something I need to say. And then, you know, maybe some of it gets dramatized to be like bigger or greater, but it pretty much is always true to how I'm feeling at the time.
So you never, when you get that point of inspiration, it never feels like it's coming from outside of you. Anytime you go to reach for that creative tool, it's always from here.
Yeah, always. Or if it is external, it's like a true external source, like someone doing something that frustrates me, or yeah, it's something that's happened that is true to my life, and then the song is about my processing of that thing that's happening to me, or something that I feel.
Do you have any moments you can remember where you wrote something and you thought it was about one thing when you were writing it, and then you looked back on it and it was something completely different?
That's a really good question. I've had things where they change. Like I remember for the album that I'm about to release, this kind of phrase hopeless was really in my brain, and I just liked the phrase hopeless, and I was originally going to call the album Hopeless Romantic, and I was trying to like engineer this song called Hopeless Romantic. And then one day, my dad actually was like, you got a lot of love songs on the album. You know, should the title be about something that isn't about a person that's outside of you? Should it be about you? And I think he was kind of implying that I changed the title, but I was like, hopeless. What are some times I feel like I've called myself that, or times I've been called that by other people? And then I started writing this song about all the ways that I kind of think I'm hopeless, and the song's about reclamation of those things. But it was something, I'm like, the word hopeless was obviously in my brain, and I thought I was engaging with it in this one way, and then it sort of has flipped over time. Yeah. And saunters in mask over their eyes. It's hard to see the truth when you live in disguise. You're the master. Yeah, you're the master of blaming someone else. You're the master. You hit below the belt. You're the master of making it hurt. Why don't you restart? You're the master of disaster.
Could you tell me about a time where you've had to be curious in your writing practice?
I love it. I feel like it's always a curiosity. It's a curiousness for like specific words. Like I had a concept for a song. I was like, I want to write about my sense of confidence that I've had now that I've turned 30. And I had this toying around in my brain for like months and months. I was like, I know I want to write a song about this, but I kept playing around with phrases and just none of them felt right. I was like, big boss, or I don't know, coming up with phrases. Yeah. I was like, what's the title going to be? And I kept playing around and hunting. And it actually, I was just like on holiday having a chat with some friends, and we're arguing about Sabrina Carpenter's branding, being like, I would do this with her, getting too involved in the conversation. And the girl next to us at the cafe turned around and was like, are you guys music executives? And we were like, no, we thought we were being kind of annoying. Yeah. And she was like, high vibrations here, love your chats. And so we were like, afterwards we were kind of riffing, and this was bigwig. We were like talking about how we were bigwigs. And so it was, and then I was like, oh, that's the phrase. I was like, oh, that's the phrase I've been hunting for. But I think it was only through like repeated returning to the concept that I was able to then hear things in real life and take them in and be like, oh, I want to write about that. Yeah. And it's like, yeah, it's always pursuing, like if I have a feeling that a song I want to write is a good idea. Like I was like, I know the loose idea of this song and I think it's good, but the curiosity is like finding ways to then manifest it.
Yeah. It's interesting that you get that granular.
Yeah.
Which is good, like it's great. Or something like that.
Yeah. Sick. That
speciality with words, I know you have a background in theatre. Do do you think that's the influence that's kind of coming through there?
100%. Yeah, I feel like I'm almost the antithesis to like a painter in terms of I do not think visually at all. I see no images in front of me when I think. Like it's only my own internal monologue up there. And so I feel like that's why I love lyrics. When I listen to a song, the first thing I hear is lyrics.
Yeah.
I'm not, like maybe I feel the drums and I subconsciously feel all the other elements, but I will have learnt the words to the song after like 2 listens because I just love the meaning of songs. That's how I connect to them. And so I feel like with my songwriting, that's why words are such a focus, is because that's just how I think. Is I'm like, I think in like a big monologue, and so then it's just shaping that into a song.
Can you tell me about a moment when you feel like your gut instinct has let you down?
That's an awesome question, because normally all of my life has just been trying to practice myself to do what my gut says more because it's always fucking right. The time when my gut had let me down. When I was 18 and I had the choice to audition for the acting course at my uni or the music theatre course, my gut was telling me, you'll get into the acting course, you won't get into the music theatre course, because I was like, I'm a decent singer, but I'm not that good of a singer. I'm a decent dancer, but I'm not that good of a dancer. But I was like, I know my acting will kind of get me across the line. And I feel like I trusted that instinct. And I did get in, but I feel like maybe I wish I'd held back. And even if I didn't get into the music theatre course, worked on the skills that would have got me in to be in the music world earlier. Whereas I feel like the whole time I was doing my acting degree, I was like, love this, but wish I was doing music as well. And so that kind of love of music was always there. But the gut instinct that I would get into this thing and I'd be able to do it, maybe following that was wrong. My first show, because like when you graduate, you kind of like, let's write a show while we audition so that we have something to do that's still like performance outcomes. And I wrote a musical comedy. And because I was like, I yearn to sing, but so many songs aren't in my register. So if I just write all the songs, then I'll get to perform them. I'm like, cool. So the writing was there, like all the elements were there. You just kind of then just didn't follow it through to its end conclusion.
Yeah.
Let's change that. There comes a time in everyone's life when they have to face the mirror and meet.
Yeah.
The master of disguise. Yes, love that. Master, blame someone else. The master, you hit below the belt. You're the master of making me hurt. The master of disaster, boy, get to work. Walking, mask on, eyes hard to see the truth when you live in disguise.
Through the making and like the translating of all this stuff that you've written, is there a moment that's kind of surprised you the most throughout that creative process?
Yeah, I think, one, how long everything takes. My motto has been good things take time, so letting things take as long as they need to. But that has been a real test of patience, which has been a good self-development tool, I suppose. I think I'm surprised that I still love all the songs. Mm-hmm. I think because you work on them to such like an intense, detailed level. You know, I'll spend ages editing one singular part of the song, and I'll be like, I think I don't like that song anymore. And then I'll listen to it like a week later. I'm like, I kind of love this. And so I thought I would get over my own work, but I think it's a sign that you're doing the right stuff is every time, if I like my songs, it doesn't matter who else likes them because I have made them because I like them.
Yeah.
But I think there's people in the world out there that are like you. So if I like my music and I do it to my vision, I'm not that individual that there won't be someone else like me who's going through something similar to me who will relate to it. And that's sort of why I do it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, there'll be another Belle out there who's like, fuck yeah, I get that.
There's Little Belle.
Yeah, there's Little Belle somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay. This is Belle.
This is Dante, and you're
watching Vignettes.
All right, yeah.
It should be like the Disney Channel where you do a big V.
Oh, I do. You got to do the circle. You got to try and guess where the circle is.
Oh yeah. There comes a time in every superhero's life where they have to look in the mirror and think of what they want to do next. There comes a time when they will meet the master of disaster. Smoke fills the air, cold winter's night, lips painted red, the color of a fight. City turns to dust when you light your match. Said you wanted peace, but ignite me with a scratch. Walking, mask on eyes, hard to see the truth when you live in disguise. Villain saunters in, mask on eyes, don't wanna see the truth, you wanna live a lie. You're the master of blaming someone else. You're the master, yeah, you hit below the belt. You're the master of making me hurt. You're the master of blaming someone else. You're the master, you hit below the belt. You're the master of making me hurt. The master of disaster, hurt, you're late for work.
Cool. And then it's just like the bass line just goes.
The bass line rocks.
That thing smacks. Shout out to the baby over here.
Shout out to the Moog.
The Moog.
The Moogly.
I was calling it something and Chris was like, it's the Moog. Oh, fuck.
Spelt Moog.
Yeah, fuck.
You're like, no, that's just my fun name for it. My place, that was
Thanks
so fun.
much. Hell yeah, thanks for coming on. What a fun time.
My pleasure. I hope to be Vignettes' first 5-timer. So
first 5-timer?
On SNL, they give them a jacket when they do it 5 times. So,
oh, really?
But I'm gonna. Yeah, you have to buy me they buy them robes. And so on my 5th visit, I expect a jacket of some description.
Okay. I'll see you in 15 years for visit number 5 on season 15.
Yeah. She's finally back.
Yeah, you're the first reoccurring character.
No, that was so fun.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Love writing music.